Greetings everyone, and welcome to a Creativerse instruction video. Today we're going to be discussing how to create ASCII art in World so that you can make signs that look like this. I created this and then I posted on the Creativerse forums explaining how to do it, but then I had a number of people that requested a video showing how it's done. So here's your video. In this video I'm going to show you how to use arc signs and tactics on how to hide those arc signs, because as you can see it's not here. But well, let's just jump right into it. For the purpose of this video, I had to create the arc sign. The arc sign requires 2 obsidian rods, 2 arc stones, 2 globs of goo, and 1 obsidian slab. So as you can see here, I also used the obsidian slabs as the background for my sign so that it stuck out really nicely. I think I'm going to try something different though. Let's go over here. Alright, so first and foremost, let's build up a backdrop. I'm going to try and use tar as a backdrop. It worked pretty good on another world. So for this tutorial, I think I'm going to try it here as well. Alright, so let's place some tar here. You'll see that it falls down and makes a nice little backdrop. Now, pardon me, as I mentioned, I hide the arc signs because, yeah, they're nice and all, but sometimes you just don't want to see them. So let's bury this arc sign here. Alright, you can see it's quite a ways down there, and it doesn't look like it's going to help us much because all the text is down there, but let me explain a few things here. So first off, I had to find a picture that I thought would work well with the arc sign. So I just went to Google and looked up Wolf Howl Moon ASCII art. Grab this here, press Ctrl C to copy it. I'm going to paste it here in my notepad with Ctrl V. Now, the first time I tried this, let's go back here to Creativerse. First time I tried using just the text as it stood, let's bring up our wiring tool here, press N, press clear, empty out this output message here. I'm going to Control V again. It's a lot of, looks like junk in there. And if we hit save, oof, got a lot of red. It did not like that backwards P lettering. I believe that stands for paragraph, but I'm not sure. So that's why I went here, back to my notepad, grabbed one of these, went up to edit, replace. I'm going to replace that paragraph mark with an X. And we have a little bit cleaner text or picture here, text picture, ASCII picture. All right, so now I'm going to select that, Control C to copy it. Come back here to my arc sign, press N, clear this out. Click in here and paste it with Control V again. Hit save. Now, it still doesn't look like anything, does it? I mean, it's kind of stretched out, text goes on forever, but it doesn't look anything like that sign there. So we need to change a few things back here in our arc sign. Alright, I'm just going to click anywhere in there and use my arrow keys to get to the beginning of this line. You can hit the home key, it'll take you there too. But now that I'm at the front of this line, I'm going to hit enter. Give me a couple spaces here. Hit enter a few times. Now we can play with the way that the sign works. There are hidden commands that you can use. There's plenty of tutorials out there. If you just Google ASCII Creativerse, there's some excellent tutorials. I'll try to include some links in my video comments here for you guys to follow in case you haven't found them yet. So it's a little big. Let's change the size here. I'm going to reduce the size by half. And let's see what happens when I hit save. Alright. Well, it clearly did not do what I wanted it to do. One moment. Let's try this again. Let's go back in here. Clear this out. Let's go back here and copy this text again to make sure that that's all I have. Control C. And let's try this again. Control V. Scroll to the very top here. Yeah, put a couple. Let's try this again. Size equals 0.5 and save. There we go. That's what I intended. So it's buried in the sand. Looks like it's starting to form, but now what? Okay, let's go back in here. We can also change what's called the offset. So offset. And from what I understand, offset works in chunks of 1 block size. So if I say offset by 1, it's going to raise everything about a block. I might be wrong on that, but I thought that's the way I got that, the impression I got when I was watching the videos. So that's a little too high. Let's change that just to offset 2. And lo and behold, there is our wolf. Much like that one over there. Now, you come and take a look here. Oh, it's not exactly up against the tar. Well, I don't want that. I want it to be closer to the tar. Well, there's another offset that we can include. We're going to call that one Z, because your directions are X, Y, and Z. That's your coordinates. X being horizontal, Y being up and down, I believe. Well, I can't remember. I apologize. I just know that here is Z offset, and we're going to set this one to a negative amount and take it back just a half notch. And lo and behold, it puts it right up against the tar. Well, now that we've done that, we've got all this extra space. Well, let's adjust that again. Let's put our size back to just regular 1. So we can just remove that line completely. Hit save. Oh, it's still too big. way, way, way too big. Let's try making the size 0.75. So 3/4 of the size. Hey, that's better. Now it's too high though because the text is too big. No problem. We'll just look down here again and change that first offset. Let's make that 1.5 again. And let's see where that sits now. Oh, almost. Almost have a nice border. You don't have to make it all... Okay. You don't have to make it exactly quarters. Let's try 5.5. 1.55. A little bit better border. Let's just bump that up to 1.6. And there you go. That looks quite a bit better. Now, one thing I want to explain is that when you're looking at these ASCII texts, I know you might not want the ones in there. You know, you might just want spaces. You think, oh, that'd look a lot better without, you know, just a solid black there. Well, if we remove the ones and put in spaces, it gets ugly fast. Maybe somebody knows what to do to correct that, but the arc signs do not give you an exact space for some reason. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 ones there. Let's just replace that with spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, it looks like it lines up, right? So let's just correct this line as well. I'm only going to do a few of these lines here, and then I'm going to copy and paste this in, and you're going to see the difference. Again, hopefully somebody else who's more familiar with the way the arc signs work, maybe they'll see this video and be able to explain to us how we can use spaces better. Alright, so let's copy this now. Come back in here to our arc sign. Oh, hi Leafy. Now I want to leave the offset stuff there. So if I click on the end of size and just begin here at my X's, you can hold the shift key down and just keep pressing the down key. Just keep pressing that down arrow key. And then scroll down with your middle mouse wheel and you'll see it's all highlighted. Oh, not quite yet. I still got to do some more. A little bit more. And now when I hit Control V, it's going to paste in our new wolf image, the one where I removed some of the ones and put in spaces in its place. Alright, let's hit save and see what happens. There you go. So the spaces have thrown it off. I don't know how to adjust that. Like I said, hopefully somebody else that is familiar with these arc signs can figure that out and get back to us, because it would be nice to be able to have empty spaces in there instead of having to rely on the ones or to have the whole block filled out. So I'm going to go back here to my wolf picture, start over again. Well, nope, don't need to. Let's just undo this a couple times here. Oh, it's not going to let me. That notepad doesn't like. Okay, so we know that that's... Well, rather than take up everybody's time, I'll just do this one real quick again. Copy. Go back to my notepad. Paste. Again, go grab one of these little paragraph thingies with Control C. Replace. Place all. Copy the text. Again with Control C. Come back here. N. Again, let's try page down. Let's see if page down a few times. Maybe that'll quickly take us all the way to the bottom of that. And sure enough, it did. Control V to paste in the replacement and save. And there, our wolf is fixed once again. Now, maybe you don't want white. Let's go back in here. You can change the coloring if you'd like. Let me answer Alex here real quick. I don't want them to think that I'm ignoring them. Okay, so let's go in here to our sign. And let's say here color. You can change the coloring by using text if you'd like. Let's say blue. Oof. Blue on black. That's not quite right. Made a little purple. But you get the idea. Let's try red. Ooh. You can play around with the colors, and in other tutorials for the ASCII, someone explains how you can use hexadecimal coloring instead. Instead of using the word color and then the color itself, you put a hashtag and then you put 6 characters from 0 to F. If you care to look into hexadecimal coloring, it'll explain it better. But let's say if I put FF00, oh, I don't know, BB, and hit save, it adjusts the color. So that's a whole nother topic I'm not going to cover right now for the hexadecimal coloring. But if we made it all zeros and hit save, that gives us a dark, I believe that's supposed to be black, but since it's not going to display black, it displays it as a gray. Whereas if we went in and made it all Fs, that's red, blue, and not green. I can't remember. That's why I said I'm not going to cover this at the moment, but makes it bright. All right, well, I'm going to finish up this tutorial so I can speak with Alex. Feel free to leave some comments. Anybody that knows how to work on these arc signs, I would appreciate some help trying to figure out that whole space thing instead of having to use characters to fill in spaces. But I know I have some other examples in the forums. There's a spider that I attempted to try, and it didn't turn out too great, but who knows? Maybe eventually. All right. Thank you for your time, and I hope this video has helped you out. Bye.